What is a seller subsidy and why does it matter to you? You probably heard of a small company called the National Association of Realtors. They just went through a big legal lawsuit, and there's just going to be some more clarification and some shifting of names and fees. And what I mean is that in the MLS, the multiple listing service, they're going to be able to disclose to you the seller subsidy. This is money that can be paid from the seller to the buyer. Why would they do that? Because it shows to the buyer any availability that they'll work with them on paying the closing costs or expenses. What's not there is another conversation kind of behind the curtain for buyer broker commission. And that can't be advertised in the MLS system. And what that means is that we could have more conversations about seller subsidies and a need for more clarity with buyer broker compensation. And they're buckets. So only these fees can be applied to one bucket and not the other bucket. With lending, the seller subsidy, seller concession, or seller credit, you can only have certain amounts applied to closing costs. And typically with like low down payments, like a 3% down on a conventional loan, the max would be 3%. But if you had a bigger down payment on conventional loans, you could have a bigger seller subsidy. So down payment affects seller subsidies, conventional loans. And then on FHA loans, you could have as much as a 6% seller credit. So they can pay 6% to help pay for closing costs, prepaid, discount points, and other fees, but not buyer broker compensation. You know, we have all these variations of things, and we need greater clarity to make sure that we're not exceeding those limits or we're not leaving money on the table. So if you're looking for a great experience to make sure that you have a closing on time, I think you need to work with a professional team, both a lender and a real estate agent, that do one of the biggest things in our industry, and that's communicate about real, clear expectations. My name's Shawn. I'm ready to talk to you tomorrow.